Good afternoon, Year 2. Welcome to your vocabulary lesson. Today we are looking at the poem called The Weasel, and we're going to look at some of the key words that we find in that poem. That we've even put them in bold for you. Okay, so the words we're focusing on today are whizzes, hobbles, diver, hiver, butchery, wonder, merry, creature, belly, and mazes. Okay, so to figure out what these words mean, I'm going to read you the poem and then we'll have a chat about it. So, The Weasel by Ted Hughes. The weasel whizzes through the woods. He sizzles through the brambles. Compared to him, a rabbit hobbles and a whippet ambles. He's all the heads of here and there. He spins you in a diver. He's peering out of everywhere, his 10 tails hither and thither. The weasel never waits to wonder what it is he's after. It's butchery he wants, and blood and merry belly after. That's all, that's all. It's no good thinking he's a darling creature. Wait for weight, he's twice a tiger, which he'd like to teach you. A lucky thing we're giants, it can't be very nice, dodging from the weasel down the mazes of the mice. Okay, so that's our poem, all about this little weasel, okay? So, based off that poem and where those words are, reading around it, can you have a think? Do you know straight off the bat what any of these words mean? Pause the video, write down any that you think you know. Okay, so some that might jump out to you straight away is whizzes, when you speed, you whiz. Creature is like another word for an animal. Mazes, a maze is like a pathway you have to get through. There's loads of different turnings. A belly is like your tummy, your belly. A creature is, we've already said creature. And then merry. Merry means you're like happy, like Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas. So those are the ones that I reckon probably jumped out at you. So here are the definitions of all of them. So whizzes means moves quickly through the air, like we said, speeding. Hobbles is when you walk, but typically with like a limp. So if you're hobbling along, it's like a bit awkward the way you're walking. Diver means to hesitate, to stop, like, oh, stop divering, make a decision, okay? Stop waiting. Hither means to go towards a place. So if I go, hither the classroom, you're going towards the classroom. Butchery is that idea of killing animals, like a butcher is where we get our meat from. Wonder is a feeling of amazement or admiration. So if you look at wonder in something, you're amazed by it. You think it's like a really good thing. Okay. Merry means happy, cheerful. Creature is an animal. Belly is, like we said, your tummy, your stomach. And maze is a puzzle where people get lost, and it's pathways like we talked about. Okay, so here are some questions for you to have a go at. Okay. In the first two lines, what word tells us the weasel moves quickly? Next question is hobbles tell us how someone something walks. What other words tell us how someone something walk? So what other words can you think of that tells us how we walk? Okay. What do the words hither and diver tell us about the weasel? What do they tell us? Why is the word blood written in capital letters? Why do you think the writer has put them in capital letters? And then, why are we lucky, whereas mice are not? So in the poem, it talks about how we're lucky, but mice aren't. But why? So those are your questions, all right? based off these words. Use the poem to help you. Please send in your answers to year2@theprimeacademy.com. Thanks everyone. See you later.